Want to take a whiff?
You don't.
Don't take a heavy whiff.
Not like very far.
Just like-
Nope.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Okay, it's getting weird.
There we go. We hear that y'all are friends at least. Or friendly.
I mean, sort of.
Kind of. You're aware of each other.
Enough.
Yeah, got it.
I used to work for this asshole.
Okay.
So
This is going to get fun. Oh!
that's not recording yet.
And the gloves
Tim,
come
you
off.
started, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are y'all ready?
I'm not ready. Are y'all ready?
I think we're ready.
Are we ready, kids?
Are we going?
Wait, the mouse stopped working. Hold on, got to get the mouse to work. There we go.
Okay.
Go.
It was off.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther. Coming here from Forward, Texas, we've got another fantastic show for you here on episode number 91.
91.
That is right. We got 2 shows, 1 week, 3 guests. We're just fucking killing it this
Nothing
week.
but illustrious guests here at the Funky Panther.
That is absolutely correct.
you heard?
You've said that how many times now?
Nothing but illustrious guests. #1 podcast in Fort Worth, voted 3 times.
All right, we've got Glen here from Teenies. We've got Megan from Tricks of the Trade, both on South Main. Can't wait to talk to them and what all we've got in store for you all. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get into it. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
And we are the Funky Panther! Woo! Hey, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
That was the intro.
Absolutely.
That was it.
got it.
All right.
We're ready to go? That was it. We just introduced you, and now we're ready to go.
All right.
Cool, man. So, normally we have a whole spiel of like news and sports, but we did that last night, so we don't have to do that tonight.
That is true.
But of course, I do have to bring up that Tim, cue my music.
Oh, my God.
Which music are we bringing up?
My sports music, bitch.
Well, you've got so much music.
He's got 2 musics. He's got
I
2
got
musics.
2 musics.
And now, Action Sports with Javier.
Mavs lost. It was horrible. We lost by 7. That's it.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Kill the
That's
music.
it.
That's it.
And that
We
was
lost.
Action Sports with Javier.
You like hockey, so NHL hockey just started up. Stars are in the playoffs against the Calgary Flame.
Tonight at 9 o'clock.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess the New York Rangers are your team?
Yes, they are. But
right.
I also like the Stars.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
2 different divisions. I can root both.
There you go.
Played hockey growing up?
I did. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Sure.
Really
And you
nice.
guys should feel privileged. The New York Rangers are playing right now. So
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. We are that big of a deal? He's like, no.
He's like,
100% no. I got forced into this.
The schedule came out after I agreed.
Okay.
you're
I
like
get it.
this shit better be fast. I swear to Christ.
That's what we do. We just-
feel you.
he's got the actual game piped into his headphones right now. We've got him taken care of, so it's all good.
Oh, man. But
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the playoffs. Again, like 2 years ago, we made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, but, didn't come up to anything. So this year, we're really hoping. High hopes. How about your team?
The shitty part about the Stanley Cup Finals last year is that nobody could go to the game. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So if we make it that far, I'll be happy just to be able to try to get tickets and go see him. So
But she's on this one.
It's a tall order in the first round.
Yeah.
Calgary is sneaky good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I would if I was betting, I'd put Calgary all the way through.
Yeah, for sure.
All the
Really?
way to the finals. Yeah.
Because we barely inched in.
Yeah, but it's all starts from 0 again
Yeah.
once we get going in the playoffs. So my hopes are the Stars win, but Calgary's tough.
Yeah. But your team, though,
I've been a Rangers fan a long time. I have no expectations.
so you understand. Let's
so it's like
go-
us as Cowboys
I know
fans?
pain.
yes,
Or-
very much so.
Very much like a
Yeah.
Cowboys fan.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a love-hate, and you
Yeah.
just love to hate him. So
Yeah, for sure.
Megan, do you watch any sports or anything like that?
just hockey.
Hockey. Oh, really? Okay.
Both of you
So
hockey?
That's honestly why I started hanging out at his bar.
Oh, really?
Only plays the Fort Worth showing the games.
Yep.
Yeah.
no kidding. There's no other Fort Worth bar that really shows hockey?
I mean, that was a really long
This
time
was
ago.
2008.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What bar was that?
There's Pope Mahomes.
Okay, yeah. Very cool. Nice.
yeah, we used to frequent there.
The one on 8th
Yeah.
Avenue?
This
Or
is
the
the
one
original on 7th.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that bar.
Yeah.
It's now
place
the
to hang
Abbey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
Abbey
yeah.
Pub.
Yeah.
Well, we don't go over there anymore. No, we go over to Nickel City and everything
We're on
on
South Main. Yeah, we don't even really do anything else other
Bullshit.
than South Main.
Y'all were all over 7th.
Well, I mean, that was a Sunday fun day
was Sunday
with
fun
some
day.
people that were much younger than us. And so, like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do it.
I guess.
You were on the Fort Worth side of 7th or the Dallas side?
What?
There's a Fort Worth side versus Dallas side?
Yeah.
We have.
I would love
Is it
to
like
hear
the
this.
owners are Fort Worth out? Oh, you're talking like Bottled Blonde and that kind of stuff?
Concrete Cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, okay. I never really thought about that. Yeah, you're right. It was the Dallas side, actually.
It was the Dallas side.
Yeah. But we did make it over to, there was this place called Dirty Laundry, which is like this little new speakeasy.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat because they've got like this laundry mat looking thing and you open it up.
I mean, it's no.
It was neat.
It's no bookcase.
That's Chaz.
There's no
Chaz's new
book
place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's no bookshelf and bookcase.
That is
yeah.
Fort Worth. Chaz is Fort Worth.
Okay.
for sure.
So that's
Yeah.
where we ended. It was probably my favorite. It was definitely my favorite. That
There
was a
is
cool
no
spot.
secret word to
Yeah,
use
there's
when
no
you're
secret
going
word
down
either there.
Yeah, so I will say that.
So, not a whole lot of updates. Obviously, we've already done this week. Two things I do want to mention, though. We got the opportunity to go over to the Here Fort Worth mixer at Wild Acre Live, which is cool because we just had Alec on last night, and so got to see him again. Of course, with a lot of really great musicians that we've got to meet this past year. Got to hang out with them for a couple of beers, before we hit up the show.
Also got to tour the stage also.
Yeah, it was neat because obviously, like we mentioned, there's going to be Gucci Mane, Lupe Fiasco,
36 Mafia,
36 Mafia, and
George Clinton, P-Funk.
all this weekend or this excuse me, this summer. It's a busy weekend this summer. So a lot of really cool musicians coming into Wild Acre Live here pretty soon. So it was a really cool opportunity to kind of check that out with them. Another thing, definitely want to make sure we talk about is on May 12th, again, Podcast and PBR is going to be at the Kempton Harper on May 12th from 6 to 8. Make sure you check it out. Again, we're going to have details on our social media at the Funky Panther here pretty soon. Run by us, Corks and Cowtown. It's probably you. Going to be a lot of really good podcasters. Going to have a lot of musicians and local talent and creators and just a really cool place for all of us to kind of mix it up and sync and kind of hang out. And some news that is going to come out here pretty soon for right after that.
Yeah, we can't announce it yet. So after,
Yeah, it's a little hush
we were
hush.
going to take a week off, but apparently we're not.
Don't worry, we'll tell y'all after the show.
Things just keep coming up. It's fantastic. It's been a busy year, but a really, really good year for the Funky Panther boys.
we're going to
So-
guest host the season finale of Saturday Night Live. I'm not sure. Cat's out of the bag, y'all.
We just said we weren't going to say
Me
anything.
and Pete Davidson are going to trade secrets, and it's going to be a fantastic time.
The King
Weekend
of Staten
update.
Island.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me and I'm going to take Michael Chase spot. I'm just going to take.
I've seen you do stand up. It's not good.
Shut up.
Do you think we could do weekend update like you and I?
No, he wouldn't.
Why? 'Cause we
wouldn't
could do that.
No.
Why not?
Because I'd be,
Little
You would
sweaty
be,
Betty.
You'd be sweaty and canceled.
I would.
I just probably wouldn't be as funny.
Yeah.
That's all. So, all right. So yeah, May 12th. Make sure you check us out at the Kempton Harper. Check out our social media at the Funky Panther. And yeah, that's all the group news we've got.
Woo!
Yeah, and I'm not going to jump in the whole news, music, and all that stuff. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that's going on this week. Wednesday, May 4th. That's May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day. They're doing it at Kane Rosso. So
This episode comes out on Saturday, Tim.
that's fine. People watching it live.
People on live.
Yeah. Thursday, May 5th, tequila tasting at John Wayne, an American experience. So, did you know there's a John Wayne museum in the Stockyards?
I did not know
Like,
that.
it's just dedicated to John Wayne.
Did you know that? You're acting like
I did know that, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey there,
better,
Pilgrim.
Better Fort Worthian than I am.
Guess who's a big old racist? It's me. No.
Whoa, dude, come on.
It's John Wayne.
How
Come on,
National
man.
treasure.
How dare you disgrace his name?
National
Yes.
treasure.
And then there's got a farmer's market at the Tanger Outlets on Saturday, May 7th. And so that's really just kind of a few things that are going on around town. So
Okay, very
that's
cool.
it, yeah.
Cool.
And Cinco de Mayo, but we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out on the pod, that's already come and gone.
Right.
Sunday is Mother's Day, so don't
It
forget
is
your mom.
Mother's Day for all, as I think John Mayer said it best. Mothers. What's the
Mother's Day is on Sunday. That's what they say.
So what do y'all got? What do y'all got going on for the weekend? Anything special planned? Like any events going on or?
Cinco de Mayo
Cinco de Mayo,
celebration
there
at
we go.
Teenies.
Nice.
It's TCU graduation weekend.
Oh, it is.
The
Oh,
restaurant
yeah.
is busy, packed
Sure.
to the gills.
Good to know.
And then doing something for my wife, and she's a mom.
Nice.
Very sweet. Nice.
Megan?
Well, I actually don't have any specific tastings lined up this weekend, but my staff does tastings on Thursday nights.
Awesome.
So they get to choose what they would like to taste people on when they come in the store.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Chad takes control of the show because I am a busybody.
Well, first off, I just want to kind of get into the mezcal since we've already started sipping. If you're watching us on video, we've got some beautiful bottles right here on the table. The whole reason that we're here tonight is because our friend Leslie over at Cinco Sentidos has put together some friends for us to hang out with tonight, but also brought some delicious mezcal. So, Leslie, what are we drinking this first go around?
And I'd like to cheers this too.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Salute.
salute to new friends and to new tastes and experiences.
I finished mine already.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
not
What are we
cheers
drinking?
So first up is Cinco Sentidos. It's actually a Texas batch picked
Okay.
out by the Texas Mezcal and Tequila Society from. It's a Facebook group. So
Okay.
check it out if you're interested in mezcal and tequila. We talk and chat about that stuff. But yeah, and then I have a couple other bottles, and then Glen and Megan brought a pick that they did on their own as well. That's Maker's Mark. So
Very cool.
y'all are gonna have a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good night. If you don't recall, Leslie's been on the show before. Was it about a year and a half ago? Something
Yeah,
like
it was the start of COVID.
It was like early COVID. It was like, was it Zoom? I think it was like one of our
was
Zoom
Zoom, yeah.
episodes back
Yeah,
in the
I was
day.
drinking out of like
Out of a shoe, I think.
8-inch tall tiki mugs.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
way too hammered.
She gone.
You could definitely see the progression throughout the show. Like it just got more and more Leslie.
Yeah.
as it progressed.
I think
So
it was the one episode Chad wasn't on.
It was.
It was the only
one.
episode I was not
I think
on.
Javier cried
Hey,
afterwards.
fuck you.
We're just rage quit.
We don't talk about this.
Yeah, but if you catch us on social media at the Funky Panther, you've probably seen her a few times because anytime we go down to Austin, we catch one of her DJ sets somewhere in Austin, and so you've seen her. Yeah, you've seen her. So she's here hanging out with us, kind of being our intern because the intern's not here tonight, but really just talking and chatting on our YouTube. So if you're out there, come on and ask questions about Cinco Sentidos mezcal. Is it all mezcal, or is there like tequila as well, or is it just all mezcal that we're tasting tonight?
All mezcal besides
Okay.
the Maker's Mark. But
Okay.
yeah, all the bottles are.
You mean Makers is not mezcal? Okay. That was news to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this is the first time that we've had two guests from two different businesses before. And so I don't know how the questions are going to be. This might be a
we're
bit
gonna
of a
make it
shit
work,
show.
yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there in the universe and apologize in advance. And then, we'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
Apologize for my answers in advance.
Perfect.
We're
That's
doing
what we
a-
like to hear.
I do
doing
too.
a-
I apologize for his answers.
Luckily, y'all already know each other pretty well. So this is going to be fun. I can't wait.
I think she's the level-headed one. I think she's going to be able to, make sure. No offense, but I'm just saying,
He looks like he's going to beat your ass, though.
Oh, no. He's like, I'm missing
Watch
a hockey
your
game
words.
right
He's
now.
going to grab you by the shirt, pull it over your head, and just start wailing on you. That's what's going to happen.
Not the first, not the last. It's fine.
I will definitely shoot off at the cuff, and she'll think about it and have a proper answer.
That's very good. I love that. That's my favorite kind of guest, though.
How do you want to do the Funky Five? Do you want to just split it, like ask the same question and go back and forth?
Let's
So
do that.
just do that.
Let's
Okay.
get off. So we do a little something when we have new guests on the show, and it's called the Funky Five, and it's just like 5 quick fire questions, just the first thing that comes to your head. The majority of them are related, local related, so it's not like it shouldn't be that hard. But I mean, you never know,
And
right?
you can be brand biased if you want to.
Yeah,
we're
'cause
not
some of
going to
them
hold you to it.
Might be related to you, your businesses, or whatever it may be, right? So
Okay.
let's go ahead and kick it off. So, like, first, this is not one of the questions, but let's just get it started. Glenn, what's your favorite color?
Favorite color is green.
Green. Megan?
Red.
Red. Okay. See how easy that was? Super quick, ready to go. That's what we like. All right. Question number 1. What is your favorite Fort Worth restaurant?
Saint Emilion.
Say the
Oh,
Leon?
yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you went there recently, didn't you?
No, our friend Ben Ryan did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I think he had like escargot. There's like
He did
a
yeah,
French.
It's
yeah,
French.
Yeah. Nice. I haven't been yet, but it looks.
They have one set menu, right? It's
yeah,
it's
there's a-
for the day or
Well, you can have a regular menu, and they used to do. I haven't been since they moved locations,
Yeah.
but it used to be you'd get like 2 or 3 choices on a 4-course menu.
Yeah.
For one price, and it was just fantastic food. Any place that has duck.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, for
Like my
sure.
girlfriend, like
Yeah.
every place that there is that has duck, she has to get duck there. And she's never been too lucky because they're either like sold out or it's like they don't have it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tammy.
All right, Megan. Favorite Fort Worth restaurant?
I'm going to give the answer he should have given. I'm just kidding.
The brand bias?
Teenies?
There it is. It is a good spot.
No, I do. I like Provender Hall as well, and
Yeah.
Sky Pigeon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Marcus's place.
All great. Yeah. All right, question number 2. Your favorite Fort Worth drinking spot?
Pogue Mahomes.
Yes. There's the bias. Love to see it. Megan?
That is a good one. And one of the first bars I hung out when I moved back to Fort Worth. But Nickel City is great.
Yes.
That's
You guys like
fantastic.
it? It's
Yeah.
right across the street from my place, so I'm there a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your go-to drink at Nickel City?
Beam water is what I call it. It's the
Yeah.
highball with the Jim Beam, basically.
Okay. All right.
On tap.
Yeah.
Do you ever like get the sliders over there? Like, have you ever had like any of the?
They're not really sliders. They're like
My
full on
clothes don't
burgers.
fit right now because of the
Full-size
sliders over there.
Too frequently is it's easy to eat lunch there. So
Yeah.
Throw that,
And
some
not to
cheese
mention,
curds.
like the cheese curds
Yeah.
are delicious
The
over there.
tots.
I had a fish sandwich from there.
Did you?
It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yeah.
Is it better than a filet o fish?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
It's like filet o fish, but do it better.
Oh, yeah. Like freshly made, like in front of you.
So good.
Then you can get into the bologna sandwich, too.
You know what? I've heard a million times.
We keep hearing that. We haven't had it yet.
It's a fried bologna sandwich.
Why are we giving Tober so much props?
I don't know. Come on. He doesn't need help either. Come on.
Buffalo and Austin. Get out of here.
Well,
Stop it.
let's shit on him real quick because he was supposed to be. We actually did a show in Nickel City, and he was supposed to
What?
be there. And he was like, "I thought it was next week," and so there it is.
He
Throw
was
some
hanging out
shit.
with Ryan Reynolds. He's globe trotting.
Yeah, right. He's doing all the things. Really cool guy though. We did have a good time doing a show back in the Bar Bagazo back there. It was pretty fun. All right, question number 3. Favorite local musician?
Musician or
Yeah.
group?
Musician or group? Either way, yeah.
One fingered fist.
One finger.
One fingered fist.
He's laughing like, is this a joke? Is that an actual band?
It's an actual band.
Okay.
One fingered fist.
I don't know if they played a lot of shows lately.
Okay.
My partner at Pogue Mahomes, William Wells,
Okay.
and Steve Stewart, that owns the Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in a band together called One Fingered Fist.
Oh, very cool. But they
Those were
don't
some fun
perform
shows.
anymore. But it
I
was
give them some props.
back in the day. Okay, cool. Megan.
Favorite band? I'm too out of touch for this. But I did just go see, Blake and Luther over at Lola's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the other night, and I like those guys. They're always fun to see.
Very cool. I am not looking forward to the Lola's move. Like I'm a
not-
little disappointed.
I'm not really
but
either.
It is what it is. We're gonna try to support and try to. Hopefully, I don't know. I worry
I am
about
very
that place.
worried. I'm very
I
worried.
worry
It's a
about
lot
that
closer
place.
to my house.
Well, that's
I mean,
good.
that's good for
Where's
me.
the new one at? Where's it going to be at?
It's going to be at the old
It's where we went right over on off Berry Street.
Berry Street Ice
Oh,
House.
the Big Street Ice. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
it was.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's a nice
Americano.
place.
It was. like-
That worries me because they've had not a good track record out of that
Exactly.
place.
That's
Yeah.
what we were just saying.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, well, I was looking at one finger. I was looking at one fingered fist.
Well, Lola's has been around for a while and
Yeah.
moved locations.
Yeah, he
and
can-
It really kind of morphed from the rec room,
Right.
Way
Yeah.
back in
Oh,
the day
yeah.
too.
It was at the rec
Yeah,
room,
it's all
yeah.
Brian Farella stuff. So
If anybody can make it happen, he can. For
he
sure.
can get it going.
Man, I totally forgot about the rec room.
Yeah.
What would
That's
be
a
your-
blast from the
Go on.
past.
My hair's real gray. Real gray.
What would be y'all's ideal spot to move to if given the choice, like in the area? This isn't a part of the
To
question.
live?
Or to like move your location or have a location.
Have a second
Weird
location.
question.
I mean, it's
Why
always
don't you ask something like, "What is the new prime area in Fort Worth?"
No, I mean everyone wants that one spot where they want to have a like ours is over here next to Heim.
Oh yeah,
where we want to open a
bungalow.
bar.
We want the old bungalow.
We want to open a bar up, and
Well, I mean, I think you got to look at. You got to try to figure out where they're going to be moving the new construction to and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
The bungalow.
you know,
It's perfect.
we opened Pogues in 2008, so that was before 7th Street blew up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And then we opened Thompson's 15, and that was downtown behind Del Frisco's and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was kind of blacked out at that point, and it came back to life a little bit.
Yeah.
Because before Thompson's, it was what was it before?
I think it
Bar
was
Nine.
the
Was it
L.
Bar Nine?
It was Bar Nine.
Nine.
Yeah.
and
They had the aquariums and
L
shit
and
downstairs.
Sole Luna, if you're really old like me.
Upstairs.
Sole Luna was the original
Really?
bar in there, and that was 2001-ish.
We've
Like
had
that.
plenty of good time over there whenever it was Bar 9. And
we had just as good times at Thompson's.
yeah, absolutely. Thompson's has the best drinks.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna like where the next place would be, I would say, what are they building with the water? Where are we on the waterfront build? And
Yeah.
Can you get something on the waterfront?
Yeah.
True.
On the island, you know, when they cut that island out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess that's where I would.
Panther Island area.
Waterfront
is
spot,
really-
period. I mean, that'd be in the new Panther area that's going to be built.
Now that things are finally starting to move along a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been talking about it for years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing with Main Street. They, finally got the roads and everything and the parking.
Yeah, the Soma District's awesome.
Yeah.
Super excited to be there, and that was when we signed that deal in 16. And
Yeah, it was.
we were doing
Long time
I
ago.
told you about it. We were doing a Thompson's pop up
Yeah.
for a race, and I told her, hey, I signed a deal in South Maine,
No kidding.
and that was 2016.
Wow.
And it took that long to get to where we're at.
Because there was nothing over there at the time.
No.
No.
There
Yeah.
was nothing over there,
Good Lord,
but it's now.
it's exploded.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Y'all both know. I mean, absolutely. The place is like, it's not congested, but it's happened. It's honestly right now I can say that area in South Maine is the best area in Fort Worth currently. Currently it is.
So Lou Lambert, he and his partner James had a warehouse off of Bryan, I think it was Bryan Avenue, that they just had they just built cars and stuff in there and worked on all their stuff, and then whenever it started popping, they were able to sell that off too. And I think it's kind of one of those things where you have to take this, shot in the dark almost, like, I'm predicting this area is going to blow up. Let's get in there early on and then watch it take off.
A little bit of data, a little bit of
Yeah.
leap of faith.
It's a leap of faith. Like, so even before Thompson's, the idea for the cocktail bar and all that stuff, we wanted to do it. And me and Will were looking at properties, and it was an old, what was the old firehouse right behind.
Yeah.
It's in Soma now, but it was right behind the Republic Street Bar.
Right.
Is
And
it
it
with
became
the black-eyed?
black-eyed
Yeah.
vodka.
Yeah.
We looked at that in 2013.
Yeah.
And the deal was great for the first 5 years, and then all our extensions were market value, and we're like, you want us to take a leap of faith, we need to have a cheap rent.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So we walked away. That one was going to be Venkman's Den.
oh my God, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been really
So
nice.
you get the reference.
If you don't, how dare you?
I had a fire pole going right
If
down
you
to the
look,
middle of the bar.
if
It
you
was
look
awesome.
up there, I've got an Ecto 1 on my shelf at the top. So
That would have been cool though to have the Necto 1 at the bar. Yeah,
we're kind of fans.
we were absolutely
Yeah.
fans.
All right, question 4. If you listen, this is not local related, but if you actually listen to a podcast, what type of podcast or what is your favorite podcast?
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. So is Timothy here.
Oh, we can get real weird.
So yeah, it can get weird. My taste can go all over the board. I do listen to podcasts. I love No Agenda
Okay.
because I love
That's
the
a good one.
deconstruction of the news. It's just fun for me.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, depending on who the guest is.
Yeah. Hit or miss.
And then there's a Rangers podcast I listen to with my kiddo, and that's Ron Duguay, an old 70s player. So we kind of listen to that.
Very cool.
That's about where I'm at.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
love that.
A little bit all over
You
the
can
place.
share that with your son. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan?
I don't have time a whole lot anymore. I used to listen to a lot more podcasts when I commuted to Dallas, but Agave Road Trip is pretty cool. And there's a few other
Bartender at Large.
Yeah, Bartender at Large is awesome. That's the one I used to listen to back and forth to working in a commissary kitchen over in Dallas.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those couple of things, NPR stuff, kind of nerdy word things and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. Last question. What is your all-time favorite movie that you could just sit and watch, binge it, or if it comes on TV, you just say, hey, screw it, I'm going to be sitting here watching this movie for the rest of the afternoon?
Shawshank Redemption.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
That's all of ours.
That is
It's the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yours too, Megan? Oh, okay.
No. I don't know. I don't have TV anymore, really.
But you've seen movies, yeah?
Wait, what? What is this thing you say? Movies?
Well,
What's those moving films?
It's motion pictures with words.
Pictures.
You mean talkies? Is that what-
Yeah, talkies.
Oh, maybe Twister.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it always put me to sleep, like the sound. It's nice to wake up to on the DVD. That dates me, jeez.
No.
That's how I feel about Lonesome Dove. That's like a good nap movie. I love watching it, but it's so long you can fall asleep and then wake back up and just get right back into it.
Yep. Yeah. Well, very cool. That concludes the Funky Five. Y'all did it. Congratulations.
Hey.
You did it.
You only had one, and we only had one
and
sub question there. So,
But it went pretty long too. That was a good question.
Well, I mean,
Everyone
it was.
has their dream location.
But you do these sub questions, and
Yeah,
they
you
really,
know.
you really just screw the flow up.
All right, Leslie, we're moving on to bottle number 2. What's this one?
So that's a Cinco Sentidos. It's called a Tovala.
Okay. I knew I was going to butcher that, so I'm just going to have you do it.
Yeah, the mezcalero is Alberto Martinez. He actually makes a lot of stuff for us, and we have a couple different marks that I think 4 different ones that he makes with us tonight. But yeah, that Tovala is really nice. Wild harvested, up at around like 7,000 to 8,000 feet above sea level, so it gets pretty cold up there.
I already got some of that.
It's a very
Pass it
small,
that way,
it's a
I don't
very
know
small
anything
pina. The heart of the pina is
is.
real small, and the bricks count is usually pretty high on a tobola, so it's got a beautiful sweetness to it, and it brings out a lot of texture and silkiness and viscosity, if you will.
This is also
I see you.
distilled
I
in
see your
clay,
spirit.
so
All right.
it's going to be different from the first one you have.
Okay.
For sure.
Looking forward to it. All right, cool. Well, the first one was great. I mean, I'm a big mezcal fan. I don't think that I was back in the day. Like back when there wasn't really like good mezcal. Obviously, like back when it was like.
I mean, I think there was good mezcal. It was just that.
But I didn't
It wasn't
buy it.
here. It was the Montalban with the worm in the bottom.
worm in it.
And
Holy,
it's
like
fake coloring.
I could still taste that.
Oh.
And yeah, like not great. This is just so good.
Yeah.
I don't think that I got into mezcal again until went back to Mexico. I went to Mexico City for the first time, and that's all we had. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Why is it not like this back home?
I got into it whenever she was working at the mezcal bar in Austin.
Oh, yeah,
and we
yeah,
went down
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then I was like, okay, cool. We're sampling this stuff. This stuff's really good. And then we went over next door because I was at that whiskey bar too, and that's when things went downhill.
Yeah, see,
Real
I was
quick.
I hardly
Yeah.
remember the mezcal bar. So like, yeah, it was bad. It was a good night.
That's
It was a
why
bad
I'm
night.
excited for Megan's shop to open up, because Forward didn't have any real place to buy,
A bottle.
good, decent bottle of mezcal. So
What a
These are
fantastic
nice.
You mean
segue,
Specs?
Thanks, Leslie.
You mean Specs doesn't have
Keeping us
that?
on
I mean,
track.
right?
Keeping us on track.
Now you know why I had her mic'd up too.
coming at you from the secret start corner.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and start with you then, Megan, since she segued us all the way up here. So tell us a little about yourself. Like, how did you get into, spirits, alcohol, bars? I don't really know the background, but
Wow.
like, and then also, are you from Fort Worth? So just kind of like the whole story.
I'm from Arlington.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I claim Fort Worth. Yeah.
South or north?
I grew up kind of in central Arlington, but
Okay.
I went to Martin. We moved.
With Martin? Yeah, okay.
I graduated from Martin High School
Okay.
a long time ago. A very long time ago. I don't know. That was way back. But I started working in the bar, I guess, in college to pay the bills, pay college
Yeah.
bills and stuff, and drink and hang out. And things
As
like
you
that.
do.
Yeah.
As you do in college.
And I tried to have a day job a couple of times, and I went to grad school and tried to, be an adult human, and I kept getting called back to the service industry. So I was actually working a day job when they were opening Thompson's, and I quit my day job
Museum.
to come back to the bar.
Really?
Because I was super interested in cocktails and
Drag
stuff
me
too,
back
and I
in.
started doing my own kind of side research and all that stuff. I think I took a trip to San Diego as well, and digging into all the speakeasies and cocktails and things like that.
Is that whenever you kind of like realized that was almost like what you kind of wanted to do? Like,
Yeah,
it
I was like, oh, hey, this can be a career too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still trying to prove that to my parents. I definitely can't show them this podcast.
No, God, no.
Probably not. No.
I mean, you can.
It'll
be fine.
Tim can edit it.
I'm not going to edit
He's
anything.
going to make an edited version.
Beep, beep, beep.
Give me your email address. I'll send you the edited version. You can send it to your parents.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we've talked about Thompson's already like 5 times. We are huge fans of Thompson's.
I don't know it anymore.
We don't have to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
We sold it during the pandemic.
No way.
Yeah.
So we were really big fans of Thompson's.
It's still a great place. There's
It was a
nothing wrong.
fantastic
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember Grapes of Wrath was my go-to.
Same.
It is
Yeah.
my absolute favorite. Like I've tried to make it myself and then just still I'm not good enough. But I love that drink. Loved the idea of the speakeasy just because we didn't have that in Fort Worth, right?
Yeah.
At the
No.
time. That
Well,
didn't exist. And
The usual it was craft cocktail was already here. So the usual was
But you didn't have. It wasn't.
But it wasn't like
but it
the
wasn't
word-
like.
word-
You
Yeah.
have you didn't have the old
The
throwback
door and all
feel.
that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're actually the second oldest craft cocktail bar in Texas after Anvil in Houston. So
really?
their 13-year anniversary is coming up this year, I think.
Wow.
13 years.
Wow.
So they've been open for a really long time.
Very cool. Yeah, it was always cool to, go down, use the
I worked
password.
there too.
I don't know. Big fan.
No, we're super proud of it, but yeah. it's no
Didn't we get
longer-
yelled
But
at
it's in
one
the
time?
past.
We got yelled at one time going through the bookcase, right?
I'm sure we did.
Like, no, we're not
But it was
using that
probably
tonight.
for other reasons. Yeah,
When they
were
hit
just
us and threw us out.
dumbasses.
Definitely.
Clubbed us
That
over the head.
That was definitely our
Yeah.
MO.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
You gotta have your pants on. You can't take your pants off in here, Tim. You prevert.
That's Chase. Chase gets in trouble
Okay,
for
that
that.
sounds
yeah.
about right. Yeah.
All right, so you went from that, Megan, and now you have started your own thing. So tell us
Yes.
a little about that.
I own a liquor store.
Hey, wow, okay, moving
It's
on.
bigger than that.
It's a
bigger than
fancy
that.
liquor store. I'm trying to tell my parents that too.
Fancy.
It is so nice.
It is. During the pandemic, I've always had kind of an idea in my head about the liquor store, but in the state of Texas, you can't own an on-premise bar or restaurant and an off-premise liquor store at the same time, just because I guess you'll give yourself the best deal. But which
Wow, that's weird.
Well, there's a lot
I
of
did-
fun
yeah.
rules with the TABC.
TABC is fun.
Oh, yeah.
But so over the course of the pandemic, and also I have a 3-year-old, so the hours are better. Liquor stores were able to stay open. We are essential,
yes.
essential business. And so it was just kind of a time where I could sort of further develop the concept and think about it. And my business partner, we had been talking about doing a bar for a long time, and the pandemic happened, and we didn't talk for a long time. And then he texted me and was like, "Hey, how are you doing in the pandemic? What's up?" I was like, "Well, actually, I have this thing that I'm working on." So we ended up, talking about it a few more times, and just trying to find a space, and here we are now.
So
It's a great space, by the way.
Thanks.
yeah.
Thank you.
So tricks of the trade.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so it's liquor, beer, everything.
I don't have a lot of beer. Sean, down the street at Southside Cellar is right there on the next block, and
Oh,
he does
yeah.
a really great job with beer. So I don't even want to.
You don't have to.
That.
Yeah.
The only beer I do carry is Kingsville for Marty Darko's beer, because I'm a big hockey dork, like
Okay.
we've talked about before. So
Very cool.
So that kind of leads us into the next question when it actually answered it. Like, why a bottle shop? So it was kind of out of necessity during the pandemic. Like you saw
Yeah.
an opportunity. And
yeah, but also Fort Worth really didn't have anything like it, and I had followed a lot of places. Like there's a ton in California. There's some cool ones in Boston, up in Toronto. Just like these liquor stores with really great, not only a great like spirit selection, but all the bar tools and
Okay.
like just different things that people started making cocktails at home too, and we could help them out with that, but.
So you're talking like I'm going to get elevated. Like if I go there and want to buy grenadine, I'm going to get like good grenadine
Yes,
versus
yes, not
the
shitty
fake
grenadine,
red
yeah.
stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
also finding different label, like smaller mezcal, some things like of that
Yeah.
nature that you're just not going to find in your
Okay.
big houses.
Gotcha.
Like a big limited batch of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like very limited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Very soon.
Yeah, we got to. I was hanging out with our friend Jordan, who's from Forever Reckless. She's been on the show as well. And we went from Nickel City over to your place, and I was just, I don't know, I didn't realize liquor stores, bottle shops could just not have crazy lights and just be like that thing.
Yeah.
And we walk inside, and I was like, this is really nice. I mean, you've got the shelving, everything's very thoughtful. You can tell that it's not just like your go-to liquors, you know what I mean, or your spirits or whatever. Like it looks like you want to spend some time and find the right stuff in there.
Yeah, much to the chagrin of some of the bigger suppliers. I don't bring in some things that maybe they suggest.
Yeah.
Because I'm different than other liquor stores, and I think it's a different, kind of situation to them. I don't just be like, all right, well, what's the lowest price you can get me on this? I'll put that on the shelf.
Right.
I like to taste things, which is really weird for them for liquor stores too. I treat it more like an on-premise.
She likes to taste quite a bit.
I must try that before.
The proper term is lush.
But it really that plays into like you don't want to have something that you're not going to like back.
Yeah, that I'm not going to be able to. Well, most of the agaves that I have on the shelf too are like additive free, so. We get into the tequila stuff where, even if you're a certified tequila, 1% can be added of like caramel coloring, sweetener, things like that. But most of the ones I have on the shelf are going to be additive free. There's a really, really cool app called Tequila Matchmaker that you can look up basically any tequila and you can see exactly how it's made. And they're doing their own sort of secondary certification process of additive free stuff. So they'll visit distilleries, go through the whole process, and certify them as well. So in addition to regular stuff, I get
That's
It's
actually
very
really cool.
So, like on that question, like what else sets you apart from like your regular run of the mill liquor store?
Yeah, I mean, definitely that. Most of the folks that work in the store too are former bartenders or have been in the business. So if you come in and you're like, I want to make a hanky panky cocktail, and they can be like, all right, you need this gin, you need Fernet, and you need this vermouth, and here's the ratios, and you can buy your bar tools to make it. So they'll really be able to help you, kind of really create the experience that you might have at a bar at home, either for yourself or for a party or whatever, or really be informed, I think, on what you're taking home with you too.
Because there's one thing that I love is making old fashions, and I find that I've never really made a proper one. So, like, is there somebody over there that can like teach me like the proper way to do it,
Absolutely.
and like show me the tools that I need?
For sure.
Because I don't have any of the tools. I just use like a spoon to.
Your fingers.
That's what I
Like, this looks about right.
measured it correctly. But do I mean, you have anybody over there that can teach me how to properly make one?
For sure. And I just did, so I did a really great event over at Blackland Distillery with its Whiskey and Women group. And I taught a class, basically an old-fashioned class to small groups that came through the event and everything too. So, and it was basically an old-fashioned.
That's awesome.
So,
Do y'all have things from Blackland?
yeah.
Really?
I have all the Blacklands.
Really?
Yes.
That's very cool.
I used to work there too.
Oh, seriously? So if they have alcohol, you've been there. You've worked there.
I mean, I've been there. Yeah.
Okay.
Been there for sure.
No, I seriously am very impressed with the shop.
Thanks.
Excited about having a little bit more time and going back in there and getting a couple of things, but really well done. And you can tell that you put thought into it, and it's not just your run of the mill stuff, right? And so,
Yeah. I like to call it the bartender's liquor store too. So the shelves are kind of set up that way. I group things by style instead of necessarily alphabetical or whatever. It's just,
Okay.
yeah, I get nerdy about it.
when did y'all open up?
Late November.
Okay.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the movie High Fidelity. And John Cusack's character's going in there and he's like rearranging all his records. Like, how are you what does this buy? He's like,
Yes.
That would be your favorite movie.
That is my favorite movie. And I should have answered that question better.
Come on now. There it is.
I'm a professional appreciator as well.
Yeah.
Diggy's living that. Diggy's living it.
It's like autobiographical.
It's a good flick.
It is.
I much to the, my staff occasionally I'm like, we're going to rearrange these now because I'm doing it by this instead of this. Like,
So we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in there one day, and we're gonna have to find something, but we're gonna have to know a part of your life in order to find said item.
Yes,
Got
we
it.
need to access the fall of 2003 in order to remember that.
Dewey Decimal System Thompson's back.
I did.
Are you kidding me?
I was about to ask.
That was a
Most
Scotch
people
flight.
can't read.
That's a joke, right?
They're just like,
No.
You actually
Dewey Decimal System, the back
The
bar.
Scotch
Thompson.
flight. That was a Scotch flight.
Well, because you had to stop because no one could figure out where anything was.
I didn't do the back part.
You know,
What am I supposed to do?
they stopped teaching that in school these days.
Nah, he just leans in the well and gets in everybody's way anyways.
That's my job.
what is there to do?
You're like, excuse me, I'm trying to make you money.
Well, so how often do y'all do tastings? Because y'all got a really cool little bar area in the back, right?
Typically every Friday and Saturday, but for some reason this weekend did not work out, so I have nothing to tell you about.
Okay, cool.
But, like I said, the staff is fairly informed too. So if there's ever anything that, somebody's looking for or looking at in the store, we usually have some bottles that are available to sample anytime.
So you're going to be doing some tastings of like Pappy or what?
Oh my God.
Yeah, never going to happen.
Was that a question on the chat? Because I feel
There's
like
a
that's
lot better
something that
whiskey
somebody
out
would
there.
ask.
No, I know.
Do you have any Blantons? I'm so sick of hearing that.
Tim is that guy.
My stock response, we currently do not have any Sazerac products. Except for Fireball and Wheatley vodka. Please come buy that for me so I can get more whiskey, please. Thank you.
Actually, good question. Good. I'm thinking now, like, what is your least favorite, like, famous actor type of alcohol?
What? That's the thought that was brought on by that comment?
Yeah,
So like Aviator Gin
or like
Pitbull tequila.
Is that was a
Seriously?
thing?
Yeah,
that
we're
a
going to go
thing?
back to
It
pickles.
was a thing. I don't know if he keeps doing
It
it.
sounds like it would be. Mr. Worldwide himself would probably have his own.
we can definitely bang on Tober and Ryan Reynolds for aviation,
Oh,
but it's a
whatever.
fantastic product.
Is it?
And I actually like him as an
How about,
actor. He's a pretty good actor. He's got
Whoa.
good stuff.
The
No,
Rocks.
I do too. I didn't get to go to Mexico though, so
The Rocks tequila.
Ryan just took me to Mexico. It's fantastic.
Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously?
He wasn't actually there.
Still though, you can say Ryan.
I've heard
Maybe
rumors
been
that
some of
he's
his
never
money.
even been in the distillery. So
May have been some of his money, but
Hey, it's like he was there though, right?
like
If the
he was
money
there.
was there, he
It's
was there.
fantastic.
I mean, a majority of the famous people now have their own like tequila. Like The Rock has his own tequila.
Yes. Does
he? And he does. I think it's
not bad.
Terramania.
It's not
it's not
Terramania.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
But like, what's the worst? Like, what's the one that you refuse?
That you've actually had.
I really don't want to piss anybody off.
Yeah, no pissing people off.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like I said, most of my agaves are additive free. There's a certain big brand that I don't carry on the shelf. I do bring it in for Class B stuff. I supply bars and restaurants, so I like money. So,
yeah, absolutely.
That's
I am
my
also
own
a fan of
business.
money.
I am a fan of money.
It wasn't celebrity that was on there, but I trashed to a rep. I trashed the coming out of Jameson Orange,
Did you?
and I thought, wow,
I'm-
why the f- you want to do this?
I'm not gonna lie. I tried
and
it.
I was like, there's no way I'm selling this.
You tried it?
I tried it. I tried it.
I'm blowing through bottles.
Yeah, really?
So foot out of mouth.
Dude.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what. Like, I was at a rabbit hole where we locally frequent, and they're like, we got this Jameson Orange, and we're just like, Jameson Orange? What the hell are you like? He's like, here, just try it. And then I took a sip.
Chris,
I'm like,
put that in your hand.
Huh?
Chris,
Was it Chris that put it in your hand or
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I want to hate this.
Yeah, right. It's like espresso and orange juice. It's like
Yeah.
you want to hate it, but it's delicious.
That's weird.
right?
It's like a coffee dreamsicle. Weird. It's not.
I guess
it's-
I'm gonna have to try it now.
No, you don't.
I have
I mean, I'm gonna have to
one
give it a
bottle
go.
sitting on my retail
know,
shelf left
but
that of
Jameson's
the three
been
that they sent me in my order. So
Jameson's always been good to one of my businesses, so I will never trash. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I still
Yeah.
bang shots of Jameson with the best.
We all do. It's always it's delicious. You
I mean,
can't-
Jameson likes money too, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't have to put orange in it. Just drink Jameson.
Bro, if it's selling, it's selling. You know what I
selling,
mean?
it's
I
selling.
mean, come on.
It's selling. It's selling.
Just because you don't love it doesn't mean someone else doesn't love
Taste is subjective.
it.
Yeah,
There you go.
Sure.
So, Glenn, now about you. Like, tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us about Teenies. How you got involved in Teenies?
And teenies because of the mezcal, but like apparently there's a whole lot of things that you got your hands in, right? Or I guess we'll get into it. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Chad, I was about to call you Tim.
Please don't. I'm the other white guy.
Yeah, I moved to Fort Worth in '98, September '98, and I worked for Riata Restaurants. Mm-hmm. So that's how it started, and I went from Riata to the Poorhouse.
Sorry, I'm gonna lean you up.
Oh,
Just
right.
Gently nudge you towards them.
Dodge your turn. Sorry. So I worked for the Poorhouse
"Do
in
not touch
downtown,
me."
Yeah, poorhouse.
and then from Poorhouse opened the Fox and Hound downtown, and then reopened the new Riata, opened the Backstage Club with Riata, and then had an opportunity to open Pogues. And then from Pogues into Thompson's. And going to Teeny's.
Yeah.
Me and Sarah met when she was working at Eddie V's. And
Okay.
she had this idea for a trailer. And she just wanted to do a taco trailer. And I was like, park it behind Pogues.
Yeah.
Make some money.
Yeah.
So we did that for a couple of years.
Oh shit! I didn't even connect the dots there. Yeah, it was behind Pogues.
Yeah.
that's the first time.
Remember, we used to get drunk tacos there all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't
Me
even
too.
think about it. I just think about the new spot across from Dickie's. I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
she started out as a trailer, and then she opened the Dickie
Right.
spot, and then her and her partner at that point had located this spot on South Main, and we wanted to do this quick serve, over the counter type restaurant, and like Tacos 2.0.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a Mescal bar upstairs, and they wanted me to do the Mescal bar. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And we partnered up. One partner dropped out, and then Christian Lehrman came in, fantastic chef, and we all went to Mexico City and just fell in love with Mexico City and the food scene down there. And we changed all of our outlook on how we wanted to see the Teeny's become. And that's really what it was. It was just, what's the right word? I don't want to use rip-off. It's a marriage of all the places we went to in Mexico City and some of the great dishes. And we're just like, yes, we'll make our rendition of that. Yes, we like that. And we love the motif over here, and we're going to do that. And we kind of brought all that back to open Teeny's.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can see that now that you say that for sure. I feel you. Like Mexico City was one of my favorite places, and I mean I've been all over the place, but like it felt like a home away from home, and the food was so amazing, and the spirits were great, the people were great. It was just so amazing there.
Super blew me away was, I've been through Mexico, and you go to the beach towns and all that, and the food is what it is.
Yeah.
But when you get to Mexico City, you realize that all the influences are so Mediterranean, and they have this great feel of dining together, like families and friends getting together and sharing plates.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is the way to eat. We want to taste off everyone's plate and everyone eat this.
Yes.
And then we opened 5 days before the pandemic.
This is going to be great.
This is going to be awesome.
But you lasted. You made it
We
through.
lasted. We made it through, and it's coming back, and people are no longer afraid to share dishes, and that's exactly what Teeny's is supposed to be.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite dish? I'll start. It is the guacamole, the 3 type of guac. That is, I love that shit with the, what is it, the bacon
Trio de guac,
jam?
the bacon jam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good. And then the steak tacos are bomb as well. So, anyone else?
We had 2 rounds.
go-to.
We had 2 rounds of the steak tacos whenever we all went.
What was the? Was
so
it
good.
There's a special kind of meat like
I got a
no, it's
special
like
kind of meat.
I'm trying to remember what it.
Is it the goat?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was fantastic. And then the guacamole.
Yeah.
The chips.
It's like every,
the
you just
chips,
go
I think-
between the 3 and you're just like,
I think the chips do it.
oh yeah, the chips are
Yeah.
great. Yeah. But definitely a fan. And then also, I mean, you didn't really talk about like the place at all. And I guess we could talk about like
sorry.
where it's at. I know. I mean, how dare you?
I don't want to take up too much of your time. Oh, keep going.
We're going to go ahead and end the show. I think this is
We can
enough.
get into the construction for 3 years.
I mean, obviously, so both of you are on South Main, which is a beautiful area. We'll get into like why you chose that area. But I absolutely love Teeny's, the rooftop, like just overlooking downtown, especially like, Sunset. If you got reservations
the
right at
view's
Sunset,
amazing.
it's amazing. It's beautiful up there. So, okay, that's just my thing I wanted to say. But why did y'all choose South Main? Like, why is that your area?
Well, like I said, it was just a new area that we saw that was. So I lived off of Alta Mesa, North Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Way back on Alta Mesa and South Creek Drive when I first moved here, right?
Okay.
Troubled neighborhood, but it was cheap, and I was a bartender, didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's where I lived. And I would used to shoot down 35 to get to Riata or to the poorhouse.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I got to find a different route to go because 35 is a mess.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
Will be 10 years
Always
from now.
will be, yeah.
It's a mess. So I ended up shooting down Main Street. You know, I'd find my way, just come down Main Street, and I would look at these old buildings and think, this is so underdeveloped and underused. And this is probably going to lose me guests at my restaurant, but I'm originally from the East Coast. So I would see these old buildings, and I'm like, man, because they would already gentrified back in New Jersey and New York. And it's like, man, I just love old buildings.
Yeah.
And I just think a building will lend itself to the concept you want to put into it more than trying to put a concept into a building.
Yeah, I get you.
So, and the same thing with the Thompsons at Pogues or Sod Saddle Saloon or whatever
Yeah.
else we have. It's just, you look at the property and be like, all right, what goes here? And then you kind of just get creative from that.
Did you think about that whenever you'd see the public market building, like over there off of?
Is that the greatest building ever?
Right, absolutely.
Nothing's ever going to happen.
No.
There's no parking.
It's slotted for something now.
I heard
No.
a church bought it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So they're going
I
to
get it.
tear down. There's like this old building behind it, and so that's all going to be torn down. It'll be a parking. Yeah.
We used to talk about it and joke that should be the music venue in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Would that be the greatest
That would
music
be
venue in
beautiful.
Fort Worth?
Yeah.
One of my I work on the ambulance in Fort Worth, and we had a former medical director. He was going to buy that building originally and turn it into like his practice's office. And he found out, like, number one, they wanted a lot of money.
Yeah.
Number two, it was going to take almost the same amount of money to fix it.
Fix it.
Yeah.
And so
you have
it
to
was
do
just
it by the book because it's like a
historic event, or landmark. Yeah.
landmark. Yeah.
So, from two experiences with old buildings, they're awesome.
Yeah.
However,
Here it is.
if you're looking to open a business and you're on a limited budget, go for new construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you crack open an old building, you never know what you're going to run into.
That's the same thing
and it's
buying
gonna
an
be-
old house too. Like I live in a house from the 40s.
Just amplified
The
though.
40s, you think that's
Yeah.
old?
No. Well, I'm just saying,
1905.
Yeah.
1905.
Yeah, my girlfriend's old house was built in 1900.
Yeah.
And like during the Depression, they had it like sectioned off to where that one house was like 8 bedrooms, like 8 little mini apartments for
Yeah.
other people.
Crazy.
but it's crazy
My-
as you start digging into it. You start finding like, oh, the floor's not level over
Yeah.
here. Oh,
Yes.
there's termite damage. Oh, whoever had this back, 15, 20 years ago, spliced all these wires together. Yeah, I ran into all that just
Nothing's-
recently. So.
You can do that for your house, though.
Yeah, right.
If you need to get a CO,
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that becomes a whole.
Yeah, got to be by the book. Yeah.
I did get
Sure.
permission. We've gotten
Sure,
permission
you gotta
to
be by
open
the
the door
book.
Yeah.
inwards because
Which
the
one?
wind keeps blowing my
Oh
door.
yeah.
You had to get permission for that?
Yeah, because it's a historic neighborhood.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I miss the old days of like South Maine where murder was rampant.
The good old days.
Oh,
I grew up over there, like down the
happened?
street.
What's happened to the good old South Maine?
Good Lord. Remember when murders happened like at every corner and gangs run rampant?
I
When
live
I
in
used to-
Fairmount. The neighborhood page is still like, gunshots or fireworks.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'll stay the night at my
Yeah.
girl's house and, she'll be asleep.
in-
and
she's
I'm,
in that area.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I hear guns. I'm like, was that guns? She's like, no, it's probably the train. I don't
Fireworks.
know. Yeah, so that's what she said. I'm like, those are not fireworks.
The neighborhood page is, constantly
I-
gunshots or fireworks.
So I used to be a part of that neighborhood page. My cousin lives off of Lipscomb in Allen. And so they're out of town all the time. So I was like, well, I kind of look after their house every once in a while. I drive by, make sure everything's all, up in order. And so I got on the Facebook page and got, accepted into it. And then I realized there's a lot of people who just complain about this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like you think you get on that page and it's like it's rampant. I'm like, do you know what this place was? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Were you here during the early to late 90s?
like I get it. Like y'all got nice houses, but this is the hood. Like I'm gonna go outside and blast off a few rounds just to keep taxes down.
Yeah, it's fine.
I used to drive there 98, 99 down Main Street.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you didn't stop at lights all the time. It's like, keep going.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm gonna push through this one.
There's a reason. There's a reason why my parents moved to Crowley at the time because it was getting too bad over there. So I mean, props to
It was
them.
tough. It was
Thanks,
tough, but
Mom,
it's
Dad.
come back in a big way.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
gorgeous.
Oh man, you can't. It's like it's pushing forward, and and I'll go to like the hemp hill movement where they're trying to stop like a lot of the gentrification from happening, and I agree because like I know like they've been there for like decades, but they shouldn't be moved out for like high-rise apartments and stuff like that. Like anything that's happening on South Main, I'm all for it because like it needed to be done.
Yeah.
Like all that improvement needed to happen because, like you said earlier, it's so much potential in this space, and I'm just really glad it happened. And thankfully, you two like have your successful businesses, and
Like,
shit.
I think over there, what was it? All they had was for the longest time was just like some vacant buildings, and then like there was a men's dormitory over there. And I can't remember. Someone bought it and they turned it.
Jesus was there forever.
Right. Yes. And then and
there was bars on. This is so for 20 years. I was driving down. There's bars on the windows, and then we signed a deal, and just about 3 months before we opened, the bars came off the window at Jesus, and I was like, "Oh man, this is good.
yes,
this is good.
That's
this
a
is
good. That's a good sign.
This is a really good sign." Yeah,
it's like Sam Cooke said, a change is going to come. Change is going to come.
We're talking about buildings. I always love looking at buildings and like think about like the things that might be cool in those areas. I really like around the corner the Fort Worth Rec or whatever it is, the big brick building right across the street from the train station. I don't know. It's huge. There's this place in Denver that they made this huge hall out of. There's like a liquor store in there, and there was like a restaurant and a brewery, and it was just like really well put together.
There was a test kitchen in there too.
Yeah, it was just a really neat place. I was like, man, something like that could be really cool here. And I love thinking about that. But to your point, like I'm sure, who knows what the problems would come up from like an old building like that.
I know the space you're talking about. I love it. I'm not sure who owns it, and I have an idea, but I'm not going to throw it out there. But it's got super potential. But you're probably better off just scrapping it and rebuilding it.
Man, it's sad though, right?
It is old.
Yeah. So, all right. So we talked about you in South Main. Megan, what about you? Did you look at any other area before you said, "Hey, I'm going to lock this place down"?
I had honestly been looking around South Main for other things before it was even the liquor store too. So, I love a good sound of a cork. No, it's good. I'm going to put my glass over here for
Appreciate
some
it.
of that too. So
Yeah.
thanks.
I was looking at him. I'm like,
Let's dig in.
Sure,
You going to share your
thirsty.
glass?
That one's tasty.
But-
I guess we can ask Leslie here in a second what this one is.
Here, I'll do it while you're serving me too. So this is an ensemble coming from the region of HOTLINE. So it's going to be pretty vegetable.
vegetable.
It's a vegetable.
Vegetable, kind of like a little.
That's what I heard.
We're eating our vegetables, everyone. Nailed it.
There's a lot of minerals and kind of. It's a sense of almost salinity because there's a lot of potassium in the soil in this town. So it's going to be super. It's going to pop a lot.
I actually prefer that one. After compared to the other one, I really like. Yeah, it has a really good, nice mouthfeel.
This one that we have right now. You already got some.
I got some.
Yeah, this one I think is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
this
it's really
one's
good.
really.
Yeah, he's been
Easy
serving
drinking.
himself over here.
Yeah, what an asshole. Come
What
on.
a prick you are, Tim. How
You're
dare
making
you?
our fantastic guests like pour all of us liquor. Come on, dude.
It's fine. He's got more.
Totally fine.
He's got more experience than I do.
That is true.
I'm
That
just
is
gonna
a
mess it
fact.
up.
That is a fact.
I mean, not recent. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, hey, hold up.
Just kidding.
So would you say
Burns.
like if you've been out of the game too long, you like lose that touch or what? I mean, you're you're still kind of
absolutely.
in the game, but just not at that capacity.
If you put me behind a bar right now, depending on what we're serving, you can knock the rust off, but the kids that are working for me today are,
You're not going to be as fast as you were.
but they have more knowledge than I have.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, I always go down there and get a mezcal
Super
margarita
creative.
after
Yeah.
work.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Like I can put menus together or a cocktail together,
Right.
but it takes me a week to figure that out. And usually it's my wife doing all the research and giving me 8 different ideas, and then I just kind of blend some together.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha.
So speaking of which,
Wait, hold on.
we started a question with her.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's all right.
had a question with
and then
Megan,
we
and
jumped
then
into
we
that,
started
yeah.
drinking mezcal. Back to you, Megan.
I don't know, man. This mezcal is like flowing really good. My body's getting kind of limp, like I just
Where are
did
we?
some poppers.
What?
What?
Wait, nothing. Sorry. Weird experience last week. My bad.
All right.
Tell me more.
No, please don't.
You don't want to know. Actually, Yankee.
So the area South Main, did
Oh,
you look
South
at any
Main,
other
yes.
area?
I mean, there were a few that we didn't look at real seriously. that were kind of on the list. But for the most part, I concentrated in that area.
Yeah.
I looked at a space across the street that just didn't work out price-wise. And then I really was not sure about this space that we're in now because it was so different when we walked into it. It took a little bit of kind of visualizing to make sure we were going to be able to like brighten it up a little bit because it was pretty like closed off and there was all the wood paneling. Didn't you look at that space for Thompson's too? I think is what you were telling me.
Wow.
When we talked about it. Yeah. But it was kind of set up in the different rooms where you went through this tiny little doorway and it was kind of like a speakeasy to where that tasting bar is on the other side. But we, pulled a bunch of walls down and painted over some of the paneling to lighten it up a little bit in one space. And once we opened the front, it really brightened it up. But it had, it cracks me up to this day, but my business partner, he said it has a lot of old white man energy at first when we walked in there. And so we had to, brighten it up a little bit and modernize it some. But yeah. It was very like kind of Mad Men like dark wood paneling.
Makes me think of like maybe an old hardware
and leather.
Yeah. There was the world's largest like conference table in there too, and there's still an old projector room to where they had the projectors set up, and there was a screen at the end.
Well, now I see Don Draper in there like pitching something to like
smoking in there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, crying.
So what you're saying is we're bringing smoking back into businesses? Is that what's happening? No.
I mean, no.
Hey, no. So you with Pog Mahones and all that stuff. Would
Pog Mahones?
Pog Mahones?
Pog Mahones. Yeah, Pog Mahones.
Get out of here.
I love Pog Mahones. I bring my slammers there all the time.
Playing Pogs again, bro.
I've had
Bring those milk caps.
I've had a few
Let's
Mezcal.
go.
I got my Alf Pogs. You remember Alf? He's back in Pog form.
Turned you down. How was that transition whenever everything all of a sudden just like no more smoking?
We're talking about Pog Mahones again?
Yeah, Pog Mahones, yeah.
We saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And we pulled the trigger about a year before it actually became law in Fort Worth. But it was off of our New Orleans trip. We went to New Orleans for Tales of the Cocktail, and they had switched to non-smoking. And I was like, fuck me. If New Orleans is going non-smoking, it's just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we just jumped the gun about a year.
Did you see, did you get a lot of pushback at first or?
Online.
Yeah.
But I don't have social media.
Right. So it was like this.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
I know. We tried to tag you, and I was like, "Where is this guy?
He doesn't exist.
I'll backdoor social media through my wife's account so I can see some things or whatever else, but for the most part, I'm not on it. So
I was about to say it.
No, go ahead.
Oh my God.
It was just yes, there was some pushback on like people would scream and yell online, but
I mean, I think ultimately it was
at the end of the day, we cleaned the place up and we were cleaning smeg off the TV, fans and stuff.
Well, you cleaned up the patio too and made a nice space outside and put all that stuff in out there as well.
It's weird to think about that was even a thing.
It went up. Our numbers went up. Our numbers went up after that.
I remember going. Where was the place that we really liked to go to all the time? That was.
I will say there are three places that we used to love going to, but we also know that as soon as we get back, we got to change, shower and change when you get home. And it was Poke Mahones, Patty Red, Patty Gups.
Yeah.
Those are the three places that you had to shower when you get home because you're going to stink just a little bit. It's fun. You had a good time. It's not going to keep you from going. But that was just one of the things.
Yeah. When I was working Poke still behind the bar.
Yeah.
I would have to come home and just drop my clothes in the garage.
Didn't your bed smelling like it?
Oh, no, I'd have to take a shower, nasal wash, and just drop all that stuff out. It was a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
But you never really thought about it because I spent my whole life in smoky bars.
Right.
So I didn't think about it that much.
Until it's gone and you can breathe and you're like, this is fantastic.
Holy it's really nice.
You're like, so this is what this drink actually tastes like.
Right.
It was about 6 months transition where it seemed slower and then our numbers took off and we had our best year ever the year after. So last year was our best year ever. as far as numbers.
Yeah.
Was that as effective, like everyone coming out, like, getting out of the house and just...
It could be an effect of people getting out of the house after being locked up. I think that's part of it. It's a part of some of the people that I have working for me, and the lady running it for me.
Yeah.
She does a fantastic job, and she brought in a great team, and everyone's doing their part to make it great. And so, all that comes together as it is.
So, Megan, you brought these glasses, and I literally just realized that there's a cross at the bottom of the glass.
I was looking at these.
Does that make this holy water? Like, are we drinking holy water with this?
Yes.
Depends on which direction it's facing.
They are spirits.
So I'm a better person because I'm drinking this at the moment.
Yeah.
Love to hear it.
I think John Constantine would be proud.
You want to know the story behind it?
Yes.
I was in Oaxaca last week.
Yeah.
And I asked because every bar is using these. And I asked the guy, what's with the glasses? Who makes them? I want them. I want to bring them home. And he's like, oh, they're votives.
Yeah.
They're votives that are made for the Catholic Church. And they just had so many of them that every bar picked them up because it's easier to make a shot glass.
My mom is going to love these.
I have them for sale at the store.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
God. Yes.
They're for sale at Tricks of the Trade.
So I have a palate cleanser for y'all. What is your ideal Sunday?
Well, I legally I cannot be open. The store cannot be open in the state of
cannot.
Texas.
So you get to enjoy your Sunday.
That's my one day off of the week.
So what is your what is your ideal Sunday? What do you do on Sundays?
If I'm hungover, my son and I usually go to my parents' house,
Okay.
so I can nap and they can watch
Oh
him.
yes.
I mean, so he can spend time with his grandparents,
Right.
and
No,
we can
we're
like
talking
pick
ideal
vegetables
Sunday.
in the
It makes
garden
sense. Yeah.
and stuff. But
Player moves.
we like to do other things too. We'll go to the farmers market at Lola's and stuff like that. I usually like to go eat outside when the weather's nice.
Do you ever get the fried pies over there?
Yeah, I think my son has pointed out that he wanted one once. So we got
Where
one.
is this?
It's over there at
the
Lola's
farmer's
at
market.
the very
okay.
close to the entrance.
Yeah,
on the-
usually on the left.
Yeah.
When you come in.
Yeah, very delicious fried
Yes.
pies.
Yeah, really good.
We're big fans of Dane's
Yeah.
at Lola's.
We always
We've
eat
had
that
him on the
too
show.
when we go there
His
for-
barbecue's great, but the burgers on Fridays and Sundays are bomb. Like
Okay.
he's got some of the best burgers. They're fantastic. Yeah, check him out.
Most of my Sundays are spent at a hockey rink. My 12-year-old plays, so
Okay.
it's either that at a hockey rink or traveling to a hockey rink or traveling back from some other city that we were playing hockey in. But ideal Sunday is barbecue at home,
Yes.
That's awesome.
have a couple drinks, and just hang out and be with family.
I find getting older now, I appreciate that.
It's definitely because I'm older.
No offense to the older crowd.
No, 100%. Sunday fun day used to be get as drunk as
Brunch.
possible because you were in the service industry and everything's kind of closed.
Do poppers.
I don't have to work. Yeah.
Why do you keep saying poppers? Well, you said it's one time, and now you're.
I think the service industry that's cocaine.
Oh,
Yeah. The marching powder.
Yeah. It keeps the kitchen moving.
yeah, no, I appreciate that more because, like, my brother, like, my family owns half the block. So, I mean, they'll have a cookout, and I'm like, oh, okay, I appreciate that more. And, I can take my girlfriend there, and my mom will have a, like, big conversation with her. And I appreciate that a lot more now, being older. Like,
And you will more and more as you get older and older. You do.
That? You hear that, Tammy?
The more you can spend time with the people that you love, friends, family, whatever.
But I really love that, you took your love of hockey and you passed it on. You never really see that.
I destroyed my dad's wallet, and I guess
So it's just
in
came
the
back
cosmic
around.
universe of things, I tried to get my oldest son into it, and he's like, "No, this is stupid." And I was like, heartbroken. And then my youngest son goes and plays, and now we're 8 years into this, and I'm like, this kid's gonna keep me from retiring.
I think hockey is like one of the most expensive sports to get into.
Navy polo's more expensive. That's about
because you got to have a horse. Yeah. Wow. I think you can rent those, so it's not that bad.
I was talking to the horse.
It's tough. It's tough. But
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be in a position I am to.
But it's
be able to
rewarding.
supply.
So I shouldn't do the hockey for Oliver next year.
You should, in the sense that it's, in my opinion, the greatest game in the world, and it's so amazing to watch the kids play it.
Just know that you're going to go in debt.
Just know that you're going
Right,
to,
fair.
Just
you
be
got-
hey, just tell
you said you
no
had some
college,
equipment?
trade school.
You said you said you had
Nothing wrong with
equipment.
HVAC.
Come on.
You know, me and Chad actually met playing street hockey like maybe 25, 30 years ago back
Yeah.
when we used to live in Crowley.
This is before we even knew.
We had no idea who each other were.
He was just that Mexican on the other block.
He
and
was,
I had
he
no
was-
idea.
I was about to say crack. Never mind.
I was that cracker on the other block. And we would have like the entire neighborhood coming over. We had 2 goals, and it was like that whole like car, and everyone was like moving. You know what I mean? Like it was the best neighborhood street hockey. It was fantastic. We'd be out there for like the entire weekend, basically, and had no idea that we knew each other until one time in high school. He's like, "No, I used to live in Crowley." It's like, "Oh, I used to live in Crowley. I used to play street hockey. I used to play." Like, we had
I used to
no
live on
idea.
this street. I lived on next to
We were like
street.
a block away. Like we had no idea until high school. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. Let's kind of wrap this up. We do have a segment or a little game that we
Hold
want
on,
to
wait.
play.
We still have the special.
Well, no, I think we have one more mezcal too, don't we?
Yeah.
we got one more mezcal and another Maker's Mark private.
We brought a lot of stuff.
There's plenty of mezcal.
Okay, yeah. Is someone wanting us to do the makers, or can we have more mezcal?
I mean, we can
Whatever you guys
I just
want.
brought
It's your
it.
show.
Yeah, but you're our
You're
guest.
damn right. I don't know.
It's your
I don't know.
show. No, we
Hop along, get over
we
here.
brought that because it's something we collaborated on together, and we were supposed to be showing the collaboration of the
wanna chug
Sentidos
this
that we
real quick.
did together,
Yeah,
This shot.
but it didn't come in time.
right.
So
Yeah, keep your.
we
we'll
figured
be having,
let's
that'll be around
just
soon.
bring some booze just in case, and we collaborated on this together. So
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
one of
then
those
you know
things.
what? We'll have this.
you can have that off camera.
then we'll-
That's fine.
I mean, we're here to have a good time. We're not here for
We're not here for a long time. We're here for a
good
good
time. So we can have this as we kind of finish out this last bit of question, and then Tim will do his thing where he gets up and gets us all of our whiskey glasses.
Thanks.
Ready, Tim?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that what I'm doing?
Go.
Okay.
So Leslie, what is this last one we're drinking?
So this last one is Esperin Tovaciche. So it's a blend of 2 different agaves. One of them is a lot sweeter in flavor on its own. The Tovaciche is going to be a little bit more vegetal like the last one we had. So both of them together are kind of weird. So it's very, very green, very vegetal, but at the same time, to me, it smells like banana runts. Like it has that kind of hard candy
Yeah.
sort of flavor to it. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but this one gets a little bit more gritty. This one was also distilled in clay, so you get a little bit more mineral to it as well.
Oh yeah. No, there's actually
Get in the Supreme fridge.
Supreme fridge. There's whiskey glasses with ice cubes already in it. All you have to do is grab them.
I
You're the
don't
man
have a
now,
Supreme
dog.
fridge. If anybody wants to ask that, because
You've
I don't
mentioned it
want
like
anybody
18
breaking
times.
into my
Everyone
house.
knows you like
River
Supreme.
rocks and bell peppers.
River
Yeah.
rocks and bell
Bell
peppers.
Definitely.
I never heard River Rocks as a
green.
descriptor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that like a spirit thing?
River
Yeah.
rocks?
You could be say
Yeah.
you could say mineral. It's very mineral.
Mineral.
Okay, mineral. Okay.
River rocks, stone.
You have like whetstone,
just think about wet,
petrichor,
Weren't
if
you
you
ever
want
a
to
kid
get
and put a
fancy.
wet
A
stone in
little
your
technical.
mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
I used to have frogs in my pocket whenever I used to. In Mexico, I used to be at a farm and put frogs in my pocket.
I mean, we use that saying for something completely different.
Oh,
But it's
Lord.
usually like you stepped on a frog.
oh,
I do get.
You walk around with frogs in your pocket.
I do get the River Rock, the mineral piece.
I have to
don't
ask
know
this
about
after
the
we're
bell
done.
pepper. Interesting.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you. We
Pour the water out on that.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. That's
perfect. Thank you so much.
Like he's.
We had our
our
buddy on here. We mentioned, Angel that's over there at Tricks of the Trade.
Yeah.
His buddy is Mikey, who works. He's like the
He's the sommelier over
sommelier
at.
at Magnolia Wine
Magnolia
Bar.
Wine Bar, yeah.
Yeah, and we had him on the show, and we were going through because he also knows. I mean, he just knows a shit ton about everything. But like, we had a bunch of different beers on the show. We're gonna have Mech on, and we're gonna do some wines. But like, I feel like I know a decent amount about beer. Quite a bit about beer and a little bit about wine, but really not a whole lot. Like, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to spirits. Like, I enjoy drinking them, but like, I don't know like all the flavors and the notes and things like that. So it's interesting. It's good. It's cool to hear it.
What?
I was just wondering if you wanted to take some things.
Was
So we're talking this stuff. No. I didn't know if she was going to jump in.
yeah, no.
I love y'all's
Okay.
dynamic.
So
It's
nice.
absolutely fun.
So one of the things. So we both fell in love with whiskey.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of where it started, whiskey. Whether that be Scotch, bourbon, or Slam and Jameson, or rye.
Jameson Orange, though, right? For sure.
Jameson Orange.
Jameson Orange always. She's got a terrible palate, so she likes rye. Garbage. Anyway.
Just wait until older.
But so one of the things that I really found when I really started falling in love with mezcal was, Scotch can be all over the board.
Yeah.
And how it's made, or the different ingredients, or the flavors you're getting from different regions, or the terroir, if you will. Bourbon, someone's going to tell you that all bourbons are super different.
Pretty similar. Yeah. I hear you.
I love them.
Yeah.
I still reach for them every time. But no. Mezcal takes Scotch and takes it to another level in how complex it can be in flavor profiles. I mean, it's all over the place, and it's amazing. I mean, what's the last count? 38 different agaves that can be used in mezcal.
Wow.
It was 9 different states. I think it's now 12 different states.
It's not 12 yet. That's for certified mezcal. But Cinco Sentidos is not certified. So it doesn't necessarily adhere to that, but we still source from producers that live in those states.
Right. So your flavor profile, like from
it
the
goes
4 bottles we
from
drank,
North Mexico all the way down
completely
south.
different.
completely different,
All over the board, for
flavor
sure.
profiles.
And they're all very, very good and very tasty, but like having them back to back, you can see how different they are from one another. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, and
It's
I think for me, it's the closest thing to like wine too, and terroir with wine, and you're talking about different grape varietals, and our friend Conrad will explain it like much more
Animated.
Super
animated.
and much better than I will too. But when you're talking about like scientific varietals and things like that, the mezcals are not even as related as the different types of grapes and things like that. So you could be talking about having like Chardonnay or Pinot Noir when you're talking about like the Tobala and Quiche and that kind of stuff too. So
very cool. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of mezcal, like I mentioned, but I can't get behind Scotch. I don't know what it is. I have not found a Scotch I've liked. Like I don't like I feel like I've eaten a cigar and then also drank whiskey at the same time. I just can't get behind it. I want to. Like I want to be sophisticated and a good guy, but I'm just not that guy. You know what I mean? I want to be.
Well, I don't know if it makes you a good guy.
It makes me a decent dude, and that's all I want.
You're mediocre at best.
I know.
You don't like peaties. You don't like peaty scotches.
Yeah.
So I would say stay away from the Band-Aids. Move yourself up north in Scotland. So go to the Highlands.
Okay.
You go to the Highlands, and it's going to have a sweeter flavor. It's going to be a little easier for your palate to
not
accept.
as smoky.
Okay, give me
You like Lagavulin?
I
No,
love it. Do I love it? Yeah, that's not.
but he
that's
doesn't
not
want to
Highland.
drink that.
Okay. No,
What's
he
one-
wouldn't like
He
Lagavulin.
doesn't want to
No,
drink
not
that.
at all.
Give me
He'll
throw
take
me
a
one.
sip.
He wants to drink a Balvenie, maybe a Caribbean cask, Macallan.
Acidic 14.
Yeah,
I got a Macallan here.
Yeah.
Do I have a Macallan 12? But
Bourbon barrel aged something or other.
Yeah, you want to stay something in the Highlands, and you want it to definitely have a finish in a rum cask or a portwood finish.
Yes.
or
sounds really good,
Madeira, something like that, and that's gonna fit your profile just fine.
Yeah, I love it. See, people are different people. Yeah, you don't have to like everything. People are
You
different
don't
people.
have to like everything.
Told you, Javier.
loser you are.
I am an okay guy.
You're a man of the people.
All right. So before we get into, moving away from this is gonna be such a weird transition because now we're going to get into a question thing where we're talking about mezcal, but we're going to be drinking whiskey.
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
whatever. So is there anything that y'all want to end on? Any like social media, websites, any events that you want to plug that are coming up that we can talk about? Moving on. Fantastic.
real quick, Leslie, what do we got in the group chat? Or what do we got in the...
Oh, was I supposed to be paying attention?
Yes, you had one job. Well, two.
Teresa knows River Rocks because she face planted in the Brazos. All I would say is, if you want to learn how to do, quote unquote tasty notes, you just got to experience everything. And if that means face planting, go ahead.
Whatever works. You know what I mean?
TFT Mascot map on the website.
If we're plugging Teenies is this Thursday, but it comes out after Thursday, so it's
we can plug in our social media and people are watching. They'll see it on YouTube and stuff like that.
The Cinco de Mayo party celebration. We actually started that celebration. It was a parking lot party that we did
Before y'all opened, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years before we opened. It took so long to redo that building. Those old buildings are so awesome.
Yeah.
We had 2 Cinco de Mayos in a parking lot. And that's how that celebration started. But it's become a really good party. So, So this Thursday, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
This is an off-the-wall question, and I'm sorry. We can ask if you want to answer it off air. When you are that ahead of schedule, or you have to do all that, you're paying for your normal lease during that entire time. We can talk about it after.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it after.
No, it's not. It's not about. Yeah, you. So with
That's
Teenies,
crazy.
So Teenies, construction was behind, and at first it was structural, and that was landlord, so we weren't behind.
Okay.
And then it was on us because it was contractual. We found different things. So it's our problem.
Right.
So we got behind. So we made landlords. She's fantastic. She's an amazing woman. So she helped us out, and we're like, all right, we're behind this much, and we're going to spread that over months, because we're supposed to start paying. So okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic hits.
Right.
Now we lose a year, and now we got to because that's the whole thing about the pandemic. It's we know the owner.
Yeah.
And the bank didn't stop asking for their money.
Yeah.
The insurance companies don't stop asking for their money. So she was on the hook for all that. And it's we can't just say, well, we couldn't make any money, so we're not paying you.
Yeah.
So you spread that out. So now your rent goes from X to Y to Z. And now you're spending 2.5 years, 3 years paying off all the behinds.
Yeah.
And now you gotta tell all your friends and family and people that invested in you. They're like, we're almost there.
Right.
We're almost there.
But hey, y'all made it, and it's a fantastic place.
And everyone that's been involved in the project,
but I can't
is
imagine
amazing, and has been super patient. But yeah,
I'm sure.
What a terrible time to go into business.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure most people didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. Damn. If only we had known.
Yeah.
All right, Megan. Anything you want to plug? Talk about social media, website, anything like that? Events?
Yeah, everything online for us is tricksbottleshop.com, Tricks Bottle Shop on Instagram, Facebook. I usually post up what tastings we're going to have there on Friday. Usually Friday and Saturday nights. Again, Thursday is staff choice tasting. So come on in, and Sean and Angel will taste you on whatever they decide is good that week. So, which is usually pretty great. Sean's really amazing at it. I worked with Sean at Thompson's downtown too. So, and Angel has worked just about, you guys know, Angel's worked just about everywhere in service industry too, down at Grace and all kinds of places. So, come on in, and they'll taste you on that on Thursdays. But other than that,
Very cool.
I mean, we're looking forward to our own private batch of Cinco Sentidos, which is coming out very soon. So as soon as we get that at the distributor, we're going to do like a little
shortage.
Yes, glass. Well, who knows these days? Glass shortage, transportation issues.
All good.
It's been super fun learning this business with all of the shit going on too. So it's really fun. But we'll do an in-store tasting and kind of education about the bottle when that comes in. So keep an eye on our social media for that. And then we're going to do something down at Teeny's, happy hour fun thing down there too. So we'll keep you posted on dates for those two things for our private batch. But it's literally 36 bottles. So and once that's done,
35.
35?
36 liters.
I'm
36
gonna
liters.
So that's about 45 bottles.
Yeah,
well,
because they're, 750s, so yeah, do the math on that.
And we're selling it at Teeny's too, so
Yeah.
we'll buy a couple cases. So seriously, get yourself down to Tricks
Yeah,
and
so
Trade
if you-
and buy
if you-
yourself a bottle.
If you want a taste of it first, go buy a shot at Teeny's,
Yeah.
and then you come
Yeah.
back and you buy a bottle from us.
sure.
You got to let us know because I'm pretty sure you already got 3 bottles sold between the
Sweet.
3 of us for sure.
All right.
And also, let us know and we'll make sure to repost everything on our social media, whatever. That might not mean anything, but whatever. Whatever we can do, we're here for it.
No.
But yeah, we'd love to be there. You know what I mean?
I'm watching that thing go off on the ride all night.
People do watch? Holy shit.
Jesus.
All
How many
right.
people are watching
I
this?
think we need to get Javier like a pee bottle or something. And he's just like,
Is that where? I didn't even.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
I'm
to go
over
all
here
the way
talking.
yeah, he just booked it. And
I didn't
and-
even move.
Yeah.
It's that tea.
Sit here.
It's that tea. That's what it is.
And then he's
It's
trying
that
to push
tea.
me out of the way. And
Maybe the
I'm like,
mezcal. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the whiskey. Tim, you want to go ahead and get started with our segment?
yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So our intern,
That's me question. I know shit.
our intern was supposed to come up with this, and so I had to do this kind of on the fly. Basically, we're gonna test our knowledge on, or I'm not gonna test my knowledge. I'm gonna test y'all's knowledge on mezcal in general.
I'm gonna fail.
Yeah, that's fine. No big deal. So let me get this pulled up here. All right.
Leslie.
So mezcal it's all true or false. Mezcal has its origin 3,000 years ago with the Aztecs.
True.
Yeah.
You going with true?
True.
True. Okay. Yeah. The answer it is 3,000 years with the Aztecs. The cactus agave.
However,
Yes. Okay.
Distillation.
they were able to figure out their processes on distilling after they were invaded, if you will, by the Spanish.
That
It took the conquistadors,
Yeah.
taught them better how to process the liquor and get more out of it.
So it wasn't the aliens.
Not just yet.
It might have been
yet.
aliens.
If you want to
sure it
talk
was
about the
pickles.
ruins, then I'm with you.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure it was pickles.
It's definitely pickles.
All right. So the cactus agave was so revered by the Aztecs that they wouldn't let anybody touch it. Only certain elders could touch it.
Muy interesante.
I mean, maybe that's true, but I know they made a lot of things
I'm
out
gonna
of
go
it,
false.
which is why it's revered, right? Like you can
You said the cactus?
do everything with it.
The cactus agave was so revered that the Aztecs wouldn't let anybody at all. Only the elders of the village.
What website are we getting this from,
I'm
anyways?
gonna
We
say-
need to check our
This is
sources.
true or false?
This is true or false? This is true or
Because
false?
cactus and
False.
agave.
Okay,
like,
let's go.
Then
Agave.
Then go with
We'll go with agave. Yeah, just call it agave. This is just true or false?
I'm just going with
Fucking
false.
Scorpio. Just give an answer.
Okay.
False.
Yeah, it's actually false. The agave was really revered. They wouldn't let the peasants couldn't touch it.
Oh, Will would know about that.
The common folk.
The common folk.
Javier's a peasant. Hey, welcome back, Javier. Real quick, do we want to stop and as we're talking about agave and mezcal, do we want to talk about the
whiskey?
makers that we're drinking?
No, finish the questions, then
Okay.
we'll talk
we'll
about
run
the
through
whiskey.
it.
All right.
We can always talk about that later.
Cheers.
Mezcal is the second oldest liquor in
Where's
Latin
that?
America.
It's the second oldest?
Yeah, true or false?
The what?
Mezcal is the second oldest liquor in Latin America. True or false?
In Latin America.
True.
True. It'd be a tapache, which is very, very, very.
Liquor, I mean,
It's very, very low on
fermented,
alcohol,
but it's more like a
but
beer.
it was not. It was not fermented to the point of a high alcohol.
It wasn't
content.
distilled.
So according to this, mezcal.
Well, wait, hold on. Not everyone's answered, all right? You just listen.
Okay.
All right. Megan?
Second oldest.
Second oldest liquor in Latin America.
Liquor.
Oh, second oldest.
Second
True.
oldest.
Yeah, true.
You're going true.
I'm sticking
Yeah,
with true.
we're gonna say true.
Mezcal is the oldest liquor
Oh,
in Latin
no!
America.
It's false. I don't know.
I mean, it could be false. I just pulled this out of my ass.
Again,
you know?
what website are we looking at?
Mezcalfacts.com.
Stripey Spanish.
Wait, hang on. When they fermented fruit and they got almost like a beer or
Would you call that liquor though?
No,
'Cause
it's not liquor.
Yeah, it's
I
it'd be
guess.
almost like
I
a
guess.
table beer or something like that.
What is that? What is
now
that
I'm
drink?
going to get all hypothetical and ask a ton of questions.
What's that drink in Mexico City that they have? It wasn't tapache. Is that what you
pulque?
said? Pulque. Yeah, that shit.
It's just
That's
fermented
good
fruit,
stuff.
yeah.
Grandma makes
That is some
pulque.
good
Like
stuff.
she does.
Okay.
She makes homemade pulque.
All right. Let's see here. Mezcal is made from the heart of the agave plant,
True.
which is called the pina.
Pina.
That is true.
True.
What does pina mean?
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is correct.
Looks
Knocked
like a
it
pineapple.
out of the
Once you
park.
cut off everything,
Yeah,
it's like a pineapple.
it is. So, do they smoke it or? Yeah, get over there.
That's a
Is it-
loaded question.
Okay, so
She can
smoke.
tell me.
I've seen I've seen the farmers get the big plants. They pull it up, they chop it down and everything, and make it like this. The heart. So from that point on, I mean, is it smoked or do they get the smoky flavor just from
They roast it.
the roasted? Okay.
Yeah. So smoky flavor isn't always just because of how it's cooked.
Yeah.
It could be because they're running their stills too hot. It could be the type of
Gotcha.
wood that they're using for anything. But
Or all of the above.
yeah. So once you cut the leaves off the agave, it looks like a pineapple, pretty much. And then you throw those underground above hot rocks, like really, really hot. So they come out super like caramelized and sweet and cooked like baked potatoes almost.
And don't get a flame on it though.
Oh no, no,
Because
no,
if
It will burn
you
it.
flame it, you burn it and you ruin it.
Yeah.
So it's
So you have
really
to get
tough.
the rocks super hot with just like a fire, and then let it kind of chill out, and then after that you lit up the oven.
On the group chat, what about the creamy stuff that the Incans drink?
I think that was the pulque. Isn't that what I was
That's
talking about?
pulque, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Goodwood matters, she says. Indeed.
Facts.
Indeed.
Facts
This is
only.
Facts. That is 100%
Those
fact.
are
That can
Good
go.
wood matters.
That can go
That
for
was
any
true.
saying.
Was that a question? That one's true.
All right. Yes, that is a question, and you are correct.
But Goodwood stands for any
Right.
whiskey or whatever else. Anything that's barreled. Or wood.
In my line of work,
Sure, Glenn.
yeah.
Let's go with that.
Mezcal was prohibited in the 1600s because people were dying from this new spirit.
False.
Prohibited where?
I'm in Latin. I guess wherever it got distributed to. It doesn't specify.
How much
Just-
of a description do you
Yeah,
have?
16. It said okay. This is what we're going off of. So was it the prohibition of mezcal in the 1600s arose because people were dying from this new spirit?
I go false.
False.
I think they believed it, so I'm going to say true.
I would say maybe the government was fucking with everybody, and they wanted their cut of the money.
Right.
So
That's
yeah.
probably accurate. So it is true. It pushed mezcal into the underground for over 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
I
God
think
didn't
that
pay-
mostly came from the Spanish moving over and wanting to bring in their own booze.
That's more.
Well,
yeah.
it kind of reminds me of the absinthe thing, right? When we're
Exactly,
Like, let's
with
blame
wine.
wormwood.
Yeah, wormwood,
and
yeah.
Let's ban it.
yeah.
You said it was shoved into the underground. Isn't that where it's like made though? Isn't that? Didn't we just establish?
Oh my God.
It's made underground.
Next question.
Okay.
Chad. Thank you.
I try.
Okay. So I can't do this one. You already answered it.
Oh no.
What did I do? I think
It was after the Spanish conquest of the region, bringing distillation techniques.
Yeah.
Sorry, but okay. The Egyptians had previously introduced it to Europe. True or false? The distillation techniques.
Distillation techniques.
Period. Just
So
like
yeah,
general
so
distillation.
It was only after the Spanish conquest of the region bringing distillation techniques for Latin America to make mezcal. But did the Egyptians basically teach them how to do it before the Spanish came?
I'm gonna say false.
Go true.
I think
Sure.
it's true.
Sure,
It came from
true.
that general area, but I don't know if I would say Egyptian specifically. But
So this is saying Egyptians specifically. This is which the Egyptians had previously introduced to Europe. So
I would say yes.
Europe,
Yeah,
then to
true.
Spain. Spain introduced
I
it
say
to-
so. Is it
And
true?
then, and then the Vikings
true.
moved it around the world, and no one gave them any credit.
Man, I suck at this game.
Yeah. So we'll just
Y'all are doing pretty good, which is a pretty good sign for your profession, I guess.
now. I will say that I'm going to blame it on the intern because he was supposed to come up with this, and I pulled this off of stripyspanish.com.
What is that?
It's a blog.
Oh my god!
Nice.
And this
I
was
told you. I said, let Leslie, look at this before you do it.
No way. They're all
it's
fact
fine.
checked. They're for sure fact checked. They couldn't put it on a blog if it wasn't fact checked.
They're saying that
That's
part
a fact.
part of their level 2 Spanish course, so it's fine.
They're just very basic.
yeah, just very broad.
Yeah.
facts.
I didn't want to get too because I don't know any
Listen,
of the
Tim, just
nuances.
shut up and keep
so-
going.
I'm glad you didn't because I
that's-
probably wouldn't have.
I think
known
that's
that.
good.
Just keep
Well,
going.
if
think
you're
that's
interested
good.
in learning more, you can go to Tricks or you can go to Teenies and ask one of
Facts.
the people
That's
that work
true.
there.
Do you offer
only.
anything, Leslie, over at
Hashtag.
do you offer any type of class to learn like the history of mezcal or
Yeah, I used to in Austin. I actually taught Mezcal 101, 102
Nice.
classes. We're doing a blind tasting next week to see
Let's do
if we
something
actually
at the store.
hate all the
that sounds
budget
really great.
things. Oh, yeah. Well,
Come do it in the store.
tomorrow?
Let's
Tomorrow.
Wait, let's tie that in with the Agave Collective
Yes.
at Teenies.
There you
Yay.
go.
We do an Agave Collective on Tuesday nights, first Tuesday of every month.
there we go.
We pick one mezcal
Yeah.
or tequila, depending on whatever agave we're using. Cinco Sentidos is going to be the one once we get it in. And we'll do it Tuesday. Comes with 3 tastes of mezcal and a taco.
Yep.
Oh,
$20.
That sounds amazing.
you had me at taco.
I will say one thing though.
Taco Tuesday.
I already gave you the opportunity to say all of the events,
I
and you
guess.
didn't say shit about this.
But just like I never opened my emails,
So he's one of those.
shit just comes to me
part
like,
of us.
oh, I forgot.
There
Let me
it
get that
is.
in. Let me get that in. And I'll interrupt and
Love
I'll
it.
stop people from talking.
I love it.
Oh, man.
I think the downside is that it's on a Tuesday and
This
we
is
record
where
on
she gave me her
Tuesdays.
notice.
that's
She
fine.
gave me she gave me a hand notice of I quit like 18
I
times.
did not.
Ugh, I can't take you anymore.
I wrote a formal letter. Formal letter.
Here's a
Had
formal
2
letter.
words.
I signed
Here's
it.
another one.
I quit.
If I'm here any longer, I will choke
I'm
you.
out of here. I've got to go.
So-
You're killing me.
I'm serious this time. I gotta
Tell
go.
us about this Maker's Mark. Like, I want to. I mean, I just took a first sip,
yeah,
so
no, I'll tell you. I mean,
You do it.
we when we were all at Thompson's together, along with Will and Warren and our good friend Scott, we got the opportunity to go out to Kentucky to Maker's Mark and participate in their private select program, which is a little bit different than regular barrel programs. So you don't just go and taste a bunch of barrels and pick one. You actually get to make your own recipe, which is really cool.
Oh,
so
wow.
with Maker's 46, they do a process where it's
Staves.
yeah,
10
it's
staves in a barrel.
it's a cast strength, and you pick out the staves and you put them in, and you get to age it further, and it kind of affects the flavor profile. So on the back of that bottle, you will see the recipe of wood staves that we all picked out together. Which it took us number 7 was our choice, but we tried 9 different.
We kept going.
Yeah, we kept going. We had to make sure.
this one's not.
They knew what the right one was after 1, but they were just thirsty.
Yeah.
So.
There was a lot of
there
was a lot of bickering going on. So I've got a very sweet palate, high corn content, molasses. I know. I'm simple. I'm a simple
Yeah.
man.
Simple man.
Yeah.
Fucking a hockey player.
Are you
You
a?
said it in a nice way. You said it in a very
Yeah,
condescending
right,
way.
right.
Simple man.
I'm glad
The
you
sweet, I on the sugars. I'm all over the sugars, the molasses, the vanillas. That's where I'm at. So I had that, and then with the French cuvées, I had the texture I wanted. It wasn't dry enough, so we went off in another direction to go like super dry with people with no sense of humor, or
It's definitely me.
any or any kind of contact with human beings, and
Definitely me too.
yeah. And then we decided to come back in the middle is what happened.
Very
Yes.
cool.
That's really drinkable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
very
It is.
very smooth.
I mean, I did think it was really cool. Like when we hit that 7th combination, and
Everyone was like-
you could really taste it. Like you knew like the depth was there, everything like that. And but we did actually. I think it was just one more we tried, and then we went back to it.
Yeah, it was moving. So the big thing was the cuvee wood on this, and it was we had X amount of cuvee staves, and it had this real viscosity to it. Like it would just sit on your tongue.
Yeah.
And once we moved away from that, and tried to put in some different spices or whatever else and dry it out, it
Kinda overtook it.
lost
Yep.
it, and it became just too bold and too much, and like a punch in the face. So then we kind of just tinkered with it a little bit more.
That's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of like higher proof whiskeys or bourbons?
Yeah.
Same.
I'd rather water it down myself or let the ice melt. Like this is perfect right now.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
The ice got a little watery, and you throw your.
And you can taste it open up a little bit with like the water coming down.
Yeah, when we went to Tennessee. We went through. We drove up to the Jack Daniel's distillery, and we ended up buying. We all really enjoyed. We got the bottle over there. We moved it. We enjoyed the what is it, barrel proof?
Yeah.
Just that. I mean, there's something about that, coming out at 130, 140, 150 proof that's just kind of punches you in the face, but it's still got that sweetness and warmth, but it's still drinkable. And that's what I've really started to enjoy.
You kind of water it down to how you feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do I need that full on hit right now, or do I want to like put it on ice for a little bit?
You can, and I don't know if it was Conrad who originally told us. When we had the guy from McClinton.
Oh,
He was the first guy that we talked to that really showed me the rope. It takes like 2 or 3 drops of water.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
And that is it.
Open it up.
So you will open your bouquet. So the first thing you want to do is you want to smell it and you want to take a sip of it. And then I would add 2 or 3 drops of water, just drops. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And it will open that whiskey up. And no matter where it's from or what whiskey it is, Scotch, Irish, Japanese, whatever, and you'll be able to taste so many different notes. And
We learned that at Stranahan's. When we went
it's
there. They
unbelievable.
did the same thing for us.
It's unbelievable how different that whiskey will become.
Do you see that people really don't know like the concept of that? Like putting 3 drops, they'll just put like a splash or like put a little too much. Or is there
Very
a
nuanced, yeah.
Is there a wrong way to drink it?
No,
I mean,
if you're paying for it,
Yeah.
you can drink it out. Fuck you want
If,
to?
if you enjoy it,
I don't
as long as you
care.
enjoy it. Right?
There's some people who will.
however you want to drink it, drink it.
But like I guess like the proper way that nobody really knows. They just like, well.
I don't think there's a proper way. I mean, there's two. You hear 2 things on whiskeys. Like you got one person who says you drink it straight up and enjoy it, and then you have people who say no, it needs to be either over ice, a little splash of water, so you open up the oils and get all that. But realistically,
you want to put Dr. Pepper in it, go crazy,
Yeah.
man. It's your whiskey. Do whatever you want.
exactly,
Diggy with
With
a
it. Your
no.
whiskey.
He's like, no,
I
sir.
don't care.
yeah,
Hey, but
exactly.
some people, come on. I mean,
Actually,
if you
If
like
you
it, you like it.
you like it, and you're going to spend money on it.
People
yeah.
are different people.
Let me ask real quick because it's been eating at me. Like,
This is the last question, by the way.
Was Mountain Dew created to like mix with whiskey?
What?
Okay, let's just.
No, seriously. I
shouldn't
heard.
even let this happen.
No, but
And with that said, Javier's been cut up.
Squirt was made to mix with
With
tequila.
tequila, absolutely.
Was it really?
You see it at every Mexican wedding.
Mezcal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And mezcal.
Watch, like,
Yeah.
whenever my sister's quinceañera happens, whenever y'all are over there,
That's a
like, there's
margarita.
going to be like a tequila in the center with a 6-pack of squirt. So,
It's
Oh, yeah.
really good with
It's
gin
got to
too.
be the real squirt with sugar. None of that high fructose corn syrup.
fuck that.
Real sugar.
We don't fuck around with that.
That's good stuff.
All right. With that said, I think
Man, it has been so much fun having y'all on. We have gone like an hour 40 already. Like
Holy
this has been.
your hockey game's definitely over.
I'm so sorry.
hope they
By the
won.
way, they
I hope
lost.
they won.
I have no idea.
Nobody put it up
paying
there. I'm going to
attention.
watch it on
They
rewind.
lost. No. Thank y'all for
Stars
coming
should
on.
have started by now too.
We really appreciate it. If y'all don't already know, make sure you check out Teenies on South Main for all your Mexican food, your tacos, your guacamole, all the things. Like you've mentioned on a couple of things. Those are
Good
just my
mezcal
favorite.
margaritas.
And the drinks for sure are amazing. And the views, like I mentioned, are fantastic from Teenies. And then if you haven't done so, if you want to check out a really nice kind of upscale, but not hoity-toity upscale, just like a nice bottle shop liquor store, go check out Tricks of the Trade, also South Main. Literally like a block, 2 blocks, same block? It's the same
Same block.
It's a nice
Block and a
block.
half, yeah.
block. Okay, yeah.
we'll put it in the description.
Pretty close. Yeah, so we'll make sure we
Close
tag
enough.
both of the websites on our description. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for having so much fun with us. We've had a great time with you.
Thank you so much. I
Thanks for
love
having us.
being
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Cheers.
So, if you don't already do so, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, Funky
Tricks of the
Panther.
Trade out.
Oh, yeah, we got our Tricks of the Trade glasses.
We're going to post
Right.
this. We're gonna-
Yes.
We're about to run out of music.
Hey, nope, we just
No,
put it on
we're
loop. Check us out on Instagram at The Funky Panther. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and all these things are at thefunkypanther.com. Stay good, y'all. I'm Chad.
The Rangers are in overtime right now.
Stay good. Stay good, everyone. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
and we are the Funky Panther! Woo!
You had to drop the bomb on him? Come on, man.